air pollution.
Air pollution.
Air pollution.
Every day, we breathe 15,000 liters of air. Apart from the oxygen and nitrogen essential for survival, the atmosphere also consists of many harmful foreign substances. When detectable, they are considered to be air pollution.
Because of air pollution, the simple act of breathing contributes to 7 million deaths a year.
Air pollution is the greatest environmental risk to health, killing 7 million worldwide every year.
Air pollution. It lurks all around us, preying on the young and old. It slips unnoticed past your defenses and assaults your lungs, heart, and brain. Its deadliest weapons are invisible, poisonous particles that can be as small as a molecule. With every breath, they break through your lungs' protective barriers. There, they trigger inflammation as your system tries desperately to fight back. But these tiny intruders penetrate those defenses, lodging toxic compounds even deeper, sowing the seeds of cancer. They slide straight into your bloodstream, sabotaging your entire body. They inflame and constrict your blood vessels, increasing blood pressure until, one day, causing a stroke. The particle prowlers dislodge fatty plaque that may have built up from your diet. They weave clots that can be deadly blockers of blood flow to your heart or brain. With each new case of heart attack, stroke, lung disease, or cancer, air pollution adds another life to its hit list. Let's stop this invisible killer.
Have you ever stopped to think? What's the one thing we can't live without for more than a few minutes? Oxygen. It's all around us. We breathe it in. We don't even notice it. But without it, our bodies shut down. Every time you take a breath, oxygen travels through your lungs into your blood and is delivered to every single cell in your body. Your brain needs oxygen. Your heart needs oxygen. Even your muscles need oxygen to move. When you breathe in, oxygen enters tiny air sacs in your lungs called alveoli. Surrounding these sacs are tiny blood vessels. This is where gas exchange happens. Oxygen moves into your blood. At the same time, carbon dioxide, a waste gas, moves out. Then you breathe out that carbon dioxide. But the oxygen, it doesn't stay in your lungs. Your heart pumps that oxygen-rich blood to your brain, your organs, your muscles, and every single part of your body. Every cell uses it to make energy and stay alive. Without oxygen, your body can't function. Now, imagine what will happen to us without oxygen. Within seconds, your brain starts to panic. Your heart struggles to pump. And if the oxygen doesn't come back, cells begin to die. But what if the air we breathe is filled with toxic gases instead? Poisonous gases like carbon monoxide, nitrogen dioxide, or industrial fumes can enter our lungs, replacing the clean oxygen we need. And instead of nourishing our bodies, these gases poison them. They damage our lungs, reduce the oxygen flow to our brain, and can even seep into our bloodstream, leading to headaches, dizziness, breathing problems, and in severe cases, even death. No oxygen means no life, but toxic air, that's a silent danger. Air pollution doesn't just stop at your lungs. It travels through your bloodstream, touching every organ it passes, from your brain to your bones, from your heart to your unborn child. The air you breathe may already be breaking you down. Asthma, pneumonia, heart disease, lung cancer, stroke, and even miscarriages and birth defects. These aren't rare. These are happening now to millions, including people just like you. Air pollution doesn't just affect your lungs, it invades your heart, brain, eyes, liver, kidneys, skin, even your reproductive system. No part of your body is safe. First, the toxic air goes into your lungs. What happens next? You get asthma, lung cancer, pneumonia, and chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. Here's how pneumonia happens. Air pollution weakens your lungs and makes it easier for viruses and bacteria to infect them. The air sacs called alveoli fill up with pus and fluid. You struggle to breathe. Your body is starved of oxygen. Then it reaches your heart. Air pollution inflames blood vessels, raising your risk of heart attacks, stroke, and high blood pressure. Your brain isn't safe either. Air pollution can inflame and damage brain cells, disrupting how your brain works, like a blockage. It's linked to cognitive decline, dementia, and poor mental health. In children, it can slow brain development. It travels through your bloodstream, affecting your liver, kidneys, skin, even your ability to have healthy children.
They say the war is over. But behind the smog, two old enemies are talking.
Back again? COVID? I thought they got rid of you.
I never really left. The air here is filthy. Perfect for a comeback.
Ah yes, the good old PM to .5. Makes people's lungs weak, easier for us to move in.
We're not done yet. Let's give them something to breathe about.
With every breath you take, they get stronger.
Soldiers of sickness. The lungs are dry, the immune system is tired. Pollution has paved the way. It's time we invade again.
When the flu clears the path, COVID doesn't knock. It barges in.
Thanks for the warm welcome. This air, deliciously dirty.
Don't thank me. Thank the humans. Still burning, polluting, and pretending it's just haze.
You thought masks were only for pandemics. Think again. The next wave may already be in the air.
This isn't just fiction. COVID-19 and air pollution are real, and they're working together to attack the most vulnerable part of our body, our lungs.
As we recover from the coronavirus pandemic, the world needs to pay far greater attention to air pollution, which always increases the risks associated with COVID-19.
Air pollution weakens our lungs. It inflames the airways, reduces immune response, and makes it easier for viruses to enter the body. Since the beginning of the pandemic, COVID-19 has infected over 700 million people worldwide, with more than 7 million confirmed deaths. In Malaysia alone, over 5 million cases have been reported. And as of 3rd of May 2025, there are still 8,609 active cases in the country. But what's less visible is how many of these were made worse by toxic air. When you breathe polluted air, you're not just risking COVID. You're opening the door to pneumonia, stroke, heart disease, asthma, lung cancer, and chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. And if you've had COVID-19 before, your lungs may already be damaged, making you even more vulnerable. This is not a local problem. It's a global health crisis.
Almost everyone around the world is exposed to unhealthy levels of air pollution. Inhaling dirty air increases the risk of respiratory diseases like pneumonia, asthma, and chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, and increases the risk of severe COVID-19.
The World Health Organization has declared air pollution as the single biggest environmental health threat, and COVID-19 has only made it worse. This isn't about fear, it's about facts. And the fact is, the air you breathe can either save you or kill you. Cleaner air could prevent millions of deaths, it could slow down pandemics, and it could protect the next generation. In Malaysia, pneumonia has emerged as the leading cause of death in 2023, with 18,181 recorded fatalities, accounting for 15.2% of all medically certified deaths. This marks the first time in over 2 decades that pneumonia has overtaken heart disease as the principal cause of death. Children are the most at risk. Pneumonia killed 740,180 children under 5 in 2019, and air pollution was behind many of those deaths. Every night, we inhale harmful gases while we sleep. At midnight on the 11th of May 2025, the Klang Valley recorded a dangerously high level of carbon monoxide, 801 parts per billion by volume. This is not just haze. This is toxic air, and it doesn't stop there. The same night, the pollution spread to Seremban, reaching 576 parts per billion by volume of carbon monoxide. This is far from normal. On the same night, Johor Bahru also recorded a high concentration of carbon monoxide, reaching 585 parts per billion by volume. Since 2021, the Science and Wellness Organization has been monitoring air pollution across Malaysia and Asian countries. And what we found is disturbing. At night, when no one is watching, industries release toxic gases into the air we breathe. But why do they do this at night? If this happens at night, can we wear a face mask and sleep? Are we safe? Are our children safe? Let's look at two of the busiest cities in the world. New York, one of the most congested cities with the highest traffic, has just 161 parts per billion by volume of carbon monoxide. Tokyo, Japan, a global industrial hub with millions of residents and thousands of businesses, reports 202 parts per billion by volume. If these cities, with millions of vehicles and industries, can keep their air cleaner, why is Malaysia, with fewer vehicles, more polluted? The answer is clear. The pollution is not from traffic, it's from industrial emissions. According to the Center for Research on Energy and Clean Air, Malaysia has been less transparent about its air quality data. This lack of clarity makes it difficult for the public to fully grasp the extent of the pollution problem. SWO has submitted its findings to the Ministry of Natural Resources and Environmental Sustainability, advocating for stronger enforcement of environmental regulations and proposing a collaboration to tackle Malaysia's air pollution crisis. Following SWO's presentation and findings, the ministry implemented higher fines on polluters, marking a positive step toward greater accountability and regulatory action. As Asians, we are born with values. Let's uphold them and make Asia a cleaner, better place. Our rich culture deserves clean air. Let's protect our home and our planet. Air pollution is no longer just an environmental issue. It's a barrier to achieving sustainability. In Malaysia, it's threatening public health, accelerating climate change, and undermining the progress we need to build a sustainable future. By participating in the Clean Air Campaign, your organization will contribute directly to several United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. We call on corporations, businesses, and the private sector to join us in this crucial initiative. By sponsoring or supporting this campaign, your organization can drive meaningful progress toward achieving sustainability targets while taking concrete action against air pollution. Together, we have the power to make a difference. Let's reduce pollution, support sustainability, and protect our children's future. We must act now to save humanity, because we are the very cause of the crisis. It's time to act to create a cleaner and healthier environment for all.